What's up? Welcome to another episode of Aspie with Attitude. My name is David. I'm from Melbourne, Australia. I have a speech difficulty, which is a speech impairment and a speech impairment. I am autistic and have Asperger's syndrome, and that's why I call myself an Aspie. And before I begin this video, just in case, if you're watching this for the very first time, what I do in this video is autistic YouTube video blogs, where I like to do all sorts of things, like talk about my Lego, also I like to show off my cooking, and also I like to go out on walks, like go on adventures and go and exploring. If you've seen any of my walk with me videos, and where I show off my cooking is Aspie Chef. And also mainly I do autistic life hacks, which is the one you're watching now. The autistic life hacks I'm going to be discussing is expressing emotions. And what I like to do these days is go into different rooms, put on different clothes, which is always going to be the same clothes that I wear. And one thing I like to say, oh come on dudes, I'm going to actually do it. Well, let's do it then. Well, it's just time to dive into the actual content from Aspie with Attitude. If you're a neurotypical viewer, this is when I speak out that individuals who are on the autism spectrum certainly has feelings just like everyone else. Since I have Asperger's syndrome, and that's why I call myself an Aspie, I do show that I have feelings, not just with myself, even with other people through empathy. And I can give you one example back in episode 120. So like, have you ever seen 120 when I was down that corridor just like as I am, when I discuss the situation when a young female on the autism spectrum was set up upon on a humiliating prank in Melbourne, Australia back in 2006. However it started, like, if you want to see this video, please check out episode 120, which is called Autism and Pranks. I certainly did express my anger back on the 3rd of June 2020, and I will leave a link down below in the description. Also, you can sit put through the opposite special effects, since I'll leave a thumbnail at the very end of this video content that you're watching. And now, to get back to the point, there was once upon a time a myth when people who are on the autism spectrum don't have emotions, like a Star Trek character going by the name of Spock. Well, since I am one of the many people who are on the autism spectrum, I say this myth is busted. Since I have a different thought process, I express my emotions differently from the neurotypical driven society. Even emotions play a very big part in many lives of individuals who are on the autism spectrum. For instance, if an individual who is on the autism spectrum having an autistic meltdown, like I had discussed back in episode 25 and recently as episode 136, then otherwise this individual would be expressing discomfort, anxiety and frustration, being trapped in an overwhelming situation. Sometimes it's difficult to recognize or interpret emotions, and individuals who are autistic may have difficulty expressing their feelings the right way in neurotypical driven society. Emotions could be understood from body language, facial expressions, and a tone of voice, regardless if this person is neurotypical or on the autism spectrum. Emotions is one of the many non-verbal ways of human language. Emotional codes from autistic individuals may speak another language. This would take time, a lot of patience and observation to translate and interpret this non-verbal language of understanding emotions. And I would have a distinct way to express my own emotions through feelings and empathy. Just like if I go back 12 months ago, I did once again express my anger when I made a speech about fake bleach autism cures back in episode 79, which I told this as bleach, how dare ya? Well, anyway, this is all going back like 12 months ago. And to get back to the point though, some individuals who are on the autism spectrum could even bottle up their negative emotions. This could have something to do with anxiety. If I was looked down upon from expressing negative emotions. From my personal experience, this is going back in both primary school and high school, that I did burst into tears crying for receiving detention, whether it's for my bad behaviour or overdue assignments and overdue homework. Well, that doesn't matter though. When I did cry, I was then bullied by my peers in a result of that, and I was brought up at a time by the jocks, by the bullies and the rebels, that crying was a shameful circumstance. And that's how I was brought up to masking negative emotions and bottling up. And speaking of emotions though, like, sometimes my emotions could be plain, vague and black and white. The purpose is that since this is an autistic YouTube video, and talking about autism from a person who's actually on the spectrum, like, it's very important for me to make this video genuine and authentic. Then otherwise, like, I am truly autistic. And this is for real. And now, dudes, it's just time to go back to the couch. And like, yeah, just got the same clothes, different clothes, whatever you want to say. And now I'm just going to go back to the way it was before, just to finish off this video as I sign out, after talking about how to express emotions. And first off, if you had been watching this video from Aspie with Attitude for the very first time, you can actually show more support at the moment by subscribing to my YouTube channel called Aspie with Attitude. And if you really enjoy all these videos, you can always keep up to date by ringing the notification bell after once you've subscribed. And also, all I ask for more support is to like and share my videos around with your friends, with your family, in your autistic community. And also, please feel free to share around on other Facebook groups. Like, I'm talking about autistic groups, maybe on the autistic forums, if you're actually a member of Wrong Planet or the Autism forums. So please share this around if it does match the topic. And if you're watching this for the very first time, I always like to finish off with a fidget spin nose trick. And don't be surprised if I'm going to have troubles, because like, I've dropped it on the tile so it's cracked. Well, anyway, I'm just going to give it a go then. I'd like to say thanks for watching, thanks for listening to Aspie with Attitude. Hope you enjoyed this video content. I'd like to say peace and respect, and see you next time.